Microsoft just patched 6 actively exploited zero-day vulnerabilities in a single patch Tuesday. That's 6. And if your IT team found out about it the same way you did, from a headline, we need to talk about what managed IT actually means at your organization. I'm Justin Kirsch. I run Axis Business Technologies. We manage Microsoft 365 environments for over 750 financial institutions, banks, credit unions, and mortgage lenders. Today, I want to break down what happened this month, why the threat is accelerating faster than most people realize, and what you should do about it right now. Here's what's changed. 3 years ago, when a zero-day vulnerability went public, organizations had about a month before attackers started exploiting it at scale. 32 days on average. Today, that window is 5 days, in some cases, hours. Why? Because the tools have changed. AI can now scan millions of lines of code and find vulnerabilities that human reviewers looked at for decades and missed. Google's AI security team found critical bugs in code that had been reviewed continuously since the 1990s, hidden for over 25 years. On the attacker side, the same technology is compromising timelines. CrowdStrike's latest report, released this week, says the average time for initial access to full network compromise is now 29 minutes. The fastest they've observed, 27 seconds. So when 6 0 days land in a single month, it's not a fluke. It's a new pace. Here's what landed in February's Patch Tuesday. 58 fixes total. 6 of them were already being used against real organizations before the patch even existed. That's what zero-day means. The attackers get a head start. The worst ones: a flaw that lets attackers bypass your browser's built-in download protection. Microsoft calls it Smart Screen. When it fails, phishing attacks that would normally get blocked land right on your user's desktop. An Office vulnerability where just opening a document runs malicious code. No special settings, no macros needed. The file looks completely normal until it's too late. A flaw in the way Windows renders web content, affecting apps you wouldn't even think of as web browsers, and a remote desktop vulnerability that lets an attacker with basic access promote themselves to full administrator. These aren't theoretical risks sitting in a research paper. Attackers were using all 6 against real targets before Microsoft shipped the fix. And with AI compressing the timeline between discovery and exploitation, the window your institution is exposed keeps getting shorter. So what does this mean? If you're running a financial institution, whether that's a community bank, a credit union, or a mortgage company, you're already under pressure to patch promptly. Your regulators look at it. Your examiners look at it. Your cybersecurity insurance carrier asks about it on every renewal. But here's what most people miss. Patching isn't just run Windows Update. When attackers can bypass your browser's download protections, your login policies need a backup plan. When a normal-looking document can trigger an attack, your email filtering needs to catch threats that look legitimate. Patching fixes the specific flaw, but your security configuration is what stops the attack path from working in the first place. Most generic IT providers treat patching like a checkbox. Run the updates, move on. They don't ask the follow-up questions. Now that we know this flaw existed, what else needs to change? At ABT, when Patch Tuesday drops with 6 0 days, our team does 3 things at the same time. We're pushing patches through a managed deployment pipeline with testing gates, because a bad patch can break your systems, say, for example, your mortgage system, just as fast as a hacker can. We're reviewing login policies and device management rules to see if any of those attack paths need configuration changes. And we're checking logs for signs that anyone was hit before the patch existed. That's the difference between running updates and actually managing security. All right, what can we do right now? If you're watching this and wondering whether your organization is covered, here's a quick gut check. First, ask your IT team when the February patches were deployed. Not are we up to date, when. If they can't give you a specific date, that's a red flag. Second, ask whether any of the 60 days required changes beyond just installing the patch. If they look at you blankly, that tells you they're treating patches as a standalone task, not part of a security program. Third, ask for a patch compliance report for the last 90 days. Your examiner is going to ask for this. Your insurance carrier will ask for it. If your IT team says they need a few days to pull it together, your examiner is going to notice. This applies whether you're a community bank, a credit union, a mortgage lender, or any other highly regulated customer. The regulators use different names: FFIEC, NCUA, FTC safeguards, but they all ask the same question. Can you prove your systems are current and your response is documented? If any of that hit close to home, here's what I'd suggest. Go to getmygrade.myabt.com. It's a free security assessment, takes about 15 minutes. We'll look at your Microsoft 365 configuration, including your patch management posture, and give you a straightforward picture on where you stand. No sales pitch, just a clear readout. If it looks good, we'll tell you. If there are gaps, we'll show you exactly what they are. I'm Justin Kirsch. Thanks for watching.